If I disappear, it's because nature is calling me. Maybe not a good idea to come here this morning and then eat food. Hey Pablito, how are you? Where did you say you were from, Pablito? Oh, German. Are you German? Hello, Mr. Diabetes. So I found out I wasn't a very good candidate for a water diet. And it can indeed be fatal. So I was checking last night on different sites about water fasting, and I came across a very well-informed doctor, and him and his wife, they have a practice where they treat ill people with water diets, to help them recover from their problems. And he explained all about what happens or what can happen in water diets, and what people should not go on a water diet, or with certain conditions. Well, it's about, I guess, 8:30. Maybe coming up about 9 o'clock in Japan, Saturday morning. I also just found out why, if you eat food, it turns your food to poop or diarrhea very quickly. No, I don't. I've got to cut down on beer. So I was doing I did a 3-day fast, no food. So I just had my first food. So I'm hoping, like last week, after I ate food, I had a bit of a violent reaction 2 times. I'm hoping it won't be as bad this time. So if you've got high uric acid, which leads to gout, if you have a high uric acid level, it's not a good thing to do a water diet. The problem is not so much me, but with if you're really fat and you smoke and you eat a lot of fried food or meat, then it's not good. Because when you go on a water diet, it clears all the poison, the shit out of your system. But the problem is, if you're in a certain condition, your kidneys cannot cope with all the poison at once. And so your kidneys shut down and you die. Something I did not know until late last night. I'm a big fan of letting people know what's going to happen and why it happens. And I think a lot more people should be aware of these. You know, you can just say, "Oh, water diets are dangerous," but you got to explain why so that you get the full picture across with it. But I did one last week, so I did like 60 hours. So hopefully that was a good start to it, and I'd done them before. So maybe I was, but so my creatine level had increased and my uric acid level had increased over the last month or so. So now my blood pressure now is great, but I need another. I will have another blood test in about 3 weeks. Yeah. It was a very good. It was about a 50-minute chat. This guy from this popular channel was interviewing this doctor. I'm going to post it late. I'll post it on one of the, probably on this video later. And anyone who's thinking of, going on a water diet, it's not so much a diet. It's the water diet that does it, because you don't do anything else but drink water. And this is the problem, because your water, shut up cunt, so you get this problem. I can't concentrate now because of this cunt next door. And there was another thing that I didn't realise, is that if you go on a water diet, you're supposed to rest. I've been doing the opposite. I've been working, and I've been like fucking walking. I've been walking like from 40 minutes to over 1 hour in the Turkish bath. So in the steam bath, to get, to work up the sweat and to get fit. So, and also if you do that, if you exercise, you burn more lean muscle in this period. Whereas if you rest while you're doing a water diet, you just burn fat. What up, man? Alright, flying. I can't remember it now, but my favorite, it was like Fizzle or Jizzle or something like that. And it was this, I think this guy from Jamaica. Isn't that the same question? I'm doing good. Flying on life and such. How are you doing? I collect scrap and sell it. Scrap metals, non-ferrous metals, wire, and I haven't done much of it recently, but take away stuff for customers. Fumi, not Fumi, 日常会話ぐらい大丈夫です。話すことはできる。説明ことはできる。冗談もできる。Fumi さんも日本人。Well, really? Okay. But at least you found my channel. Did you get married young and go to college late? Well, never marry young. I'll say that again. What was your job? Hang on, I'm going to get some tropical tea. You as administrator, well, sounded like a good job. Did you fuck up, or did you? I bet you fucked up, didn't you? It's been a long time. Keys Wagner, have we got another German on the team? Well, I was doing weddings, and then I had a few quiet weeks, so I grew the beard, and I just kept growing it. There's a very loud-mouthed Japanese guy next to me. Sounds like he's berating a young woman. Yeah, what happened? I can't remember. I wasn't washing it. I didn't wash it for a while. Then one started. Then I cut it off, I think. And then all of a sudden, it just happened so quickly. There was a few. But the thing is, I was going to ask. There's a woman from Africa, and she does. So it wasn't intentional. It just happened. And once it started, like before, it was just like one. And then but I think it looks different in any way. Flying Ant, can you write code? Isn't there lots of jobs for people with computer skills? Where did Fumi go? Fumi Kide. Oh, he's telling her he's rich. Nice one. Yes, when you find... I started drinking when I was about 16 with all my friends. We joined the Working Men's Club 2 years early. When I was 18, I stopped drinking. Mike from Breaking Bad. I don't know which one is Mike. What does he do? What did he do, Mike? I only watched the first few series. You started at 13. Well, if you want some advice, if you continue, you'll probably die before you're 35. Lots of depends what you're drinking, I suppose. The incidence of liver cancer, liver damage in Britain has just doubled over the last few years. Because it happens quickly. Especially if you're young, you don't feel the effects so much. I don't know if he's talking about punching, but he said he had to. Now I don't remember that guy. Yeah, I sent someone 2 t-shirts. He gave me $45, so I threw in an extra t-shirt. As long as you know flying, yeah, try to cut it down. Just try to cut it down, pal. And he sent me a photograph. I saw it this morning with his t-shirt on, so that was nice. Yeah, the problem is I bought 120 of these t-shirts. I didn't sell so many. So did they not? Oh yeah. I don't know if it's bad as it used to be. Yeah, so like I'm now, there might be 1 or 2 things. My kidneys are not performing 100%, so probably because in this last year I started drinking spirits, and sometimes I was drinking like. Thanks, Evan. Where did you just appear them with the donation? Cheers, pal. Yeah, so and that's when I went to the doctors. He said my uric acid levels had increased, and that's what gives you gout into your toes. And the other thing was creatine. My kidneys were not like disposing of the creatine, so that can be a problem. So he gave me some medicine for that. So I'm hoping that the basic problem is being overweight, creating the blood pressure, and I think a lot of people don't realise this, the blood pressure, but what's worse is if you're not overweight and you've got blood pressure, that's a worse problem. Like today, my blood pressure is dropping. Like yesterday it was 120 over 70 something. This morning it was 115 over 61, and I was worrying, was that too low? And I checked it out, and apparently it's okay. So, but I've increased my exercise recently. Evan in the cut. I don't know. Does that mean something, Evan? In the cut, is that a golfing term? Or can you, in America, can you use that in other ways? You made the cut for the team, for example, for whether it be football, chess, whatever. Yeah, are you taking medicine? Oh yeah, that's. I used to have readings like that. Then I started to cut down on beer or cut out beer to see if cutting out beer affected it a little bit, but it was still like 140s, 150s. It looks like this cunt's still pissed up. Yeah, it looks like you need to see a doctor to get some blood pressure tablets. So, for example, last week my blood pressure was, I think I've been drinking some beer or something, and it was still non-alcoholic beer as well, non-alcoholic beer, and it was like 145. Since I cut all that out, it's returned to like a very good level. Yeah, it took me years to go to the doctors, man. It really did take me years to go. Yeah, like I said, sometimes I don't think the doctors explain what it is. They just want to give you the tablets, keep them in a job, especially in America. But like if they made it known that blood pressure affects all these other things as well, it's not just having high blood pressure. It's just you need to get underneath. You need to get to the root of the problem. Who's that? I can't read your name at the moment. Oh, she looks very 1950s American with her cute dress on. Polaika. Well, the fort is holding. So last night, when I read this information last night about how dangerous water dieting can be, I went out and I bought a small can of Chuhai and non-alcoholic beer and drank them. I didn't have any food, but I drank those. So before coming here, I had a bit of yogurt, and I'm actually happy that my horse is not telling me to go to the toilet at the moment. Because was it last time? This time last Saturday. So a bit later actually. Oh no, that's right. It was about this time last Saturday. I went and probably 11 o'clock. Sorry, and I had something to eat, and then fucking hell. I can see this guy falling down because he's a pisshead. He's asking her if she's angry. She says she's not angry. No, I've been doing fast, not necessarily water fasting, but just fasting. For example, going without food for like 36, 40 hours. And I wasn't really paying attention to what I was drinking that day. But this time, last week when I first did it, that was for like 60 hours. I could have easily done 80 hours. And so I was just drinking water. But this time I started drinking water. Then I was getting headaches last time, and so that is like a sign of low electrolytes. So yesterday I had some electrolytes, and that's what you need to do. That stops the headaches and the voices. Yeah, but you definitely need a blood test before you do before you do one, without a doubt. Because there are a couple of markers in your blood test which could say you shouldn't be doing a water diet. But having said, just because you don't do, the thing is with the water diet, it helps clean your system and it puts it on on a resetting, and so that's the good thing about it. The bad thing about it, if you've got a lot of fucking poison in your body, it can be really bad for you. And they're not easy. They are not easy to do because, like I'd done a few before, of like last week was the first water one I did, but before I got used, my body had got used to not having food, so it wasn't a problem. But like when you go in shops and things, but you know you don't want it. And the thing with fasting is, when you eat, you when you don't eat for so long, when you eat the next time, the food tastes nicer. All right, Captain. Take care, pal. So what I've been doing is, like doing like a 20-hour fast. So going out with food for 20 hours. So that's what I might revert back to. I might have a cheese sandwich this evening. With the goal being 95 kilos, then 90 kilos. GTG, got to go. I'm getting used to all these. It's not really an acronym, is it? Just going to get some loan. Won't be back. Won't be back. We'll be back. Won't be long, chance. Some tacos. I bought some tortillas recently. First time in ages. So I might, instead of making a fatty, last week I made a quesadilla. Which, as you know, it sounds like a case of beer, but it's not. And but this, I thought I might do is I've got some white and red cheese, grate those up, maybe get some tomatoes, and just do a couple of wraps. Have a healthy wrap. I might, fuck. What should they say? So I might have said this before. I don't know why people call it say it's a lemon, because lemon is the fucking best. Lemon meringue pie. You know, vodka and lemon. Gin and tonic with a lemon in it. There's nothing wrong with fucking lemons. It's just the people. See, people, whoever starts it off, they can convince people that things are bad when they're good and things are good when they're bad. That's what's wrong with this world. Hot sauce, yeah, I've got a bit of hot sauce as well in a tube. I've got fucking 2 big bottles of jalapenos which I still haven't fucking used. I used to make a really excellent salsa. You know, I used to make a lot of food at home, but one night I didn't wash my hands properly, and my wife got burnt with with something spiced with my spicy fingers. She didn't like that. So, if you are making a spicy salsa, you know, and vinegar and spicy things go. Do I have to repeat that? So if you've got spicy fingers from making a spicy taco or a spicy salsa, don't shove your fingers into a vagina. Shove them up her arse. Test it first. Do you, when you, with your tortilla, what I've seen a lot of people, what they don't do, they don't warm the tortilla first. Because if you don't warm the tortilla, it's a little bit stiff. And so you've just got to warm it up, makes it more flexible. Now, that soda from the machine, put real lemon in it. It's got a zing to it. I'm looking at the pizza now and I'm just thinking, no more pizza for me. Well, very rarely. If I'm going to have a pizza, I'm going to get a really nice one. Yeah, I think I've said before, when I've seen American abbots, and maybe it's the same in England as well, when they meet the mates on the weekend and the first thing they do is get like shooters, you get, you know, like a tequila shot. I think when I was young, we'd only have like things like that at Christmas time. But things have changed and young people are drinking so much more. And with the wine, like when I was a kid, when I was 15 and 16, wine was very, very rare. You've had the vineyards in California. Oops, looks like I lost a few people. What was I rambling on about? It was the taco talk. Did you say you lived in California? Flying in. Yeah, sorry, but that's why sometimes I repeat myself. If I see cutting out here, I repeat the what I've just said. My apologies. Do you think apology comes from the Greek poio, or is it Italian Spanish? Oh, okay. I've been to California a few times. I thought I wanted to live there one time, but probably Santa Monica. Oh, maybe that's where most British are, Santa Monica.